Yo, what's up, dudes? This is Evil here. Guys, I am bringing you another Rules of Mech video. That's right, guys, another Rules of Mech. So I hope you guys are ready for this one. We are just going to queue up and play a game here. We will see what race we get. And, yeah, this series, guys, I'm going to continue making this one because there is a lot of mech knowledge that I can give you guys. At first, I wasn't sure if I should make this like the Mech Bible and like, you know, put it behind a paywall on my YouTube, but I figure, you know what, we'll just make this a YouTube series. I'll just put it out there. It'll be like a series of videos. I'll keep making these. Gives me some, because I wanted to think of like some more content to make. And so basically, each video, guys, if you haven't seen the last one, go watch the last YouTube video I made. It's called the Ultimate Rules of Mech. The first rule of Mech that I uploaded was the 140 supply rule, which means that in TVP you build up to 140 supply before taking your third base. Very important. For this second one, this second Rules of Mech video, I think we're going to go, the plan is we're going to go with the 5 factory rule. I think that's the plan here. So we are against another Protoss. We are against a Protoss indeed. So, the last game that I showed you guys in the first video was the 140 supply rule, so it is nice that we get a Protoss here. So I'm going to, this game, show you guys another rule of Mech, and these rules of Mech are not like in any order per se.
Not enough minerals.
But you guys, so this one I will try and focus on the 5 factory rule, which obviously is exactly as it sounds. You want to build 5 factories as your production setup, and that's just something that's just. I know it sounds so basic, but when you're learning how to play Mech in StarCraft 2. It's good. It's a good thing to know. Oh, and we are actually being cheesed here by this guy.
Big job, huh?
Looks like. Okay, it's just a fake cheese. I guess you wanted me to overreact or something.
Go ahead. SCV ready. Huh?
Okay, we're being trolled, it looks like.
Big job. SCV ready.
Let's hope we can even get to the 5 factory part of this,
Huh?
part of this game.
SCV ready.
We want to put SCVs on that, of course. Since he took the probe out, we'll just do this.
Gotcha.
So that won't, that building won't be able to finish now. We'll go ahead and scout him.
Huh?
We can even, he's gonna cancel that, so we'll just take SCVs off of it. Obviously, he's not gonna let that finish.
Command center upgrade complete.
This better be good. What's going on?
Alright, so he just wasted
Our SCVs are under attack.
a ton of money, and to be honest,
Go ahead.
I might even.
Go.
I might go 3CC this game, which is very unorthodox. He did build a second gate in his main.
Not enough minerals.
We'll get a reactor on this. But going, like, I don't... 3CC is very risky, but because of what my opponent did here, I think it actually, we'll be able to get away with it, I believe.
By the numbers. Bad news? Who wants some? Been waiting on you. SCV ready. Huh?
Not enough minerals.
Let's make sure we get our bunker up, though.
Huh?
And we will scout again. Can even go factory before bunker, but I think we do want to make sure that we get the bunker here.
In the rear.
Not enough.
And I am trying to give you guys this essentially like a what you would refer to as like almost like a stream of thought, stream of conscious type of commentary when I make these videos.
Not enough minerals.
I'm gonna hotkey those. Scout into his main. He built a zealot. He has only one gas. I don't know if he's gonna go. Oh. Okay. So this is a blink hole in.
Our SCVs are under
We
attack.
basically, like, we can very obviously see that this is like a gigantic blink hole in. I might build a second factory and go heavy on the tanks instead of normally you go 1-1-1.
Big job, huh? SCV ready.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, we'll just stick with this. But he is gonna have a lot of units, and we gotta be very careful. He could also go for a charge model,
Command
and
center
so
upgrade complete.
is very. I'm not sure if he's doing this. He shouldn't know that I have that third CC.
Not enough.
There's no way he should know that.
Add-on. Not enough minerals.
He might even be doing like a ground charge model in or something. We'll get the starport. We'll get a Viking out of that right away, and we're obviously gonna play very defensive here because
Not enough energy.
we're gonna need. I would even suspect maybe like 3 bunkers. Get the Viking.
Armed and ready.
We're just gonna keep making constant marines.
Not enough minerals.
He's running from a marine. It's kind of funny.
Coming through.
Not enough minerals.
Build a turret there.
Some help here. SCV ready.
Get a turret here as well.
Not enough minerals.
Once.
He has no charge. That marine is letting us know that he has charge or not, which is nice.
We can use some help here.
Oh, he might actually.
Ready to plunder.
I'm gonna actually just block up the choke just in case. Because this does.
Not enough minerals.
I think I did see that he had charge there. This is looking more and more like a charge lot all in.
Can't hold them alone. What's going on? What the fuck? You gonna get SCV ready.
And I think after we hold this basically game.
Not enough energy.
Let's do that, and we will rebuild the wall. Get a.
What's going on? SCV ready.
It's kind of a. Almost he did like a blind counter, I would say. So again, now we are gonna go up to 5 factories. That is the plan here. I think we keep building marines out of this just to ensure that I survive here. It does look like he is going completely all in.
Big job, huh?
That's why we did build the second bunker, guys, because we
SCV ready. Gangway.
we saw he was going for shenanigans. So again, we're gonna go up to 5 factories. We're gonna get I'm gonna get a Raven before I
Not enough minerals.
lift it off the starport. We can actually do this, get blue flame, use the Viking to scout, get our gases going,
You ready for war?
and from here, so he does have a third. 5 factories, starport. We're gonna get a reactor starport. Get our armories, get another tech lab on that. Reactor this, and we're gonna go 5 factory, triple tech lab, double reactor, so we can build Hellions 4 at a time. And just like in that first game that that first rule of mech video,
Not enough energy.
we're going to make sure we'll build 1 more turret here,
Add-on.
just in
complete.
case of warp prisms.
Not enough.
So again, we're gonna lift this. We'll put a reactor on the starport,
Add-on.
Ready to raise some hell.
just like in that very first game.
SCV ready.
So we're gonna build tanks 3 at a time, Hellions 4 at a time. We'll get Vikings once the reactor's done on the starport. We'll lift off the third CC here. We'll use the mule. We want to keep up on. So let's get our upgrades. We're gonna get both upgrades. Build depots. And we should be good to go here. So again, 5 factories.
Not enough minerals.
And now we are going to macro, guys. We do
Research.
have the Raven. I'm gonna build depots like 3 at a time here. Oh, that is something.
Complete.
He is kind of cheesing. So again,
Not
gonna
insufficient.
keep
Best
pumping
not
out
enough
units.
minerals.
Ready to raise some hell. Turning up
Ooh, that was a good hit.
not a problem. That's right with me.
And the name of the game here is Macro. I'm going to float this back because of what I just mentioned to you guys about the 140 supply rule. I kid you not, it is very important to wait, because you see his production.
Insufficient Vespine. Insufficient Vespine
Okay,
gas.
so that's pretty good. Wow. Okay. So, right now, this is an exception to the 140 supply rule. Because he wasted all of that right there, we can actually take our third now. He is still going to have an insane number of units, which can be risky. We're going to send Helene out to go harass as well. So, this is one time where it is okay that we are taking our base here.
Not enough minerals.
And we're going to go scout the expansion on the map.
Upgrade complete.
We can even make Liberators instead of Vikings here. Just
Not enough minerals.
make around like 8 Liberators. Send these out. We got Hellions harassing on the other side.
Are you ready for
Gonna
this?
Hellion harass here.
I'm in a heap of trouble. That it?
Kill as many of these as we can.
I'm going in.
And again, tanks 3 at a time, Hellions 4 at a time.
Is under attack.
Got the rest of these cranking out. Try and fix our saturation here. Not sure what these workers are doing. We can even get our next command center in a moment.
Not enough minerals.
And the thing, of course, with Hellions is you do want to, like, continuously, you know, send them into mineral lines. Like, that is
Not enough minerals.
one thing with Mech. As the game goes further, if you can try and, we are going to kill all of his probes here. That is really good, and then we're just going to run away.
Not enough minerals.
Oops, he did get those. I was not paying enough attention. But we have killed, like, an entire base worth of probes, which is really good. So again, this 5 factory guy, this is what I would say is the second rule of Mech, is getting up to this 5 factory count. Because it just allows you to have enough production to actually play the game. And we're in a really good spot here because we've pretty much killed his entire economy, so we can just keep cranking out units. We do want to start scanning for air transitions, but I don't think he's doing that. And at this point, we actually want to add on starports,
Mineral field depleted.
so we don't just want to keep making mech units.
Easy.
And he can't really do anything here. So we're going to start Viking production. We'll get the Viking transformation servos upgrade. And we're in a really, really good spot. He actually cannot do anything. The only thing that he can potentially do is delay my 4th from going down. And that's not too big of a deal. I would actually I'm just going to make a round of Hellions. We're all gas into Vikings.
Mineral field depleted.
So all of my guesses in Vikings here. And you can see he's still on. If we can, we want to keep sending these Hellions out to just scout and do damage. And go ahead and make those. Make another CC. Continue our upgrades. Send these out. Keep a couple tanks here.
Ready to plunder. I'm in a heap of trouble.
We just have a gigantic tank count. Actually, I F2'd my units back by accident.
Mineral field depleted.
And you can't really do anything here. We just have such a massive tank count.
Add-on complete.
And so at this point, we can actually go attack.
Research.
And we're only going to build Vikings out of our... Vikings and Hellions right now is pretty much all we want to build. So all gas and Vikings.
Command center upgrade complete. Mineral field.
We are going to push because we can at this point.
Upgrade complete.
Almost don't even really need to siege here. It's kind of crazy. Keep inching forward. So he is going to try and counter, which we want to go deny. We actually just gonna send everything back pretty much. This is the annoying part about this matchup. Is that your opponent will then start trying to counter you repeatedly. And he's gonna kill that, of course.
Upgrade complete.
But yeah, we now have an army that he can't kill, and that is what is important here. He'll probably keep trying to counterattack, which we have to really pay attention to, because that is quite annoying. It is quite... This is the thing with Mech you have to really, really watch out for, is your opponent will just continuously try and counter you when he realizes that, like, he doesn't really have anything that he can do. And you see now why we built the why we're building Vikings and Hellions, guys. Because we were already preparing for the air transition, and that is game! I'm so glad that we managed to pull this one off. So guys, this is the second rule of Mech, guys. The 5 factory rule is if you want to play a very, you know, mechy Terran game where it's like, you know, traditional Mech. You build 5 factories. You get 5 factories. You start with 3 factories, and then you end up with 5 factories, and a reactor and starport. And I'm just gonna rewind, and we'll go over this real quick, just to give you guys some, just to go over the game, so that we can really hammer home this rule number 2 here of Mech play. And I'm really glad with how this game turned out, where I floated this command center back. So, like, you see, he has a lot of units, and I told you guys during this game, I'm like, oh, so we're not following the 140 supply rule. We need to fly this back. And you'll notice, guys, like, you'll notice how accurate, like, every TVP game that you will play on StarCraft 2, he's up like 20, 30 supply, and that's because that's going to happen every time when you play TVP. Unless you kill a lot of probes or something, the Protoss player, like, he's on 3, but he's already saturated on 3 base with the gold, so he's like ahead. And you just have to accept that that's kind of how the matchup works, especially when you're playing Mech. In general, even with Bio, you would still be in this situation. Protoss would be ahead. So we follow the 140 supply rule. We're not at 140 supply. We float the CC back immediately, because I'm like, okay, well, I just don't have enough to fight that yet, because our production hasn't kicked in. We need, like, another production round of units, or 2, to be able to deal with his production. And so we float back, get behind the wall in. We defend that. That was really bad on his part. And now, you notice I'm up 118 supply to 94, so now we can take our 3rd. So, and that's obviously because he wasted that. That is the one attack that the Protoss can do, is to try and kill you before you get up to the 140 supply magic number in TVP if you're going Mech. So now that we have defended that, also earlier on we defended that huge all-in that he did, which was really good. That's why we built the 2nd safety bunker at the start of the game, and that allowed us to actually get into the game in macro. We defended that the mass charge lot all-in earlier on. And obviously that you know, we killed 28 workers already. We killed this whole base of workers. So now we're on 1 base, 2 bases, 3 base. My opponent is on 1 base, 2 base, 3 base, 4 base, except he's lost 28 workers, guys. The Blue Flame Hellions, this base is not even mining. So, in actuality, we're on the same base count, essentially. It's 3 base Mech against 3 base Protoss, and that is really... If you can delay... That is what Mech is all about, guys. It's about delaying the Protoss' economy to be equal to yours. Because you can't really move out on the map until you have a critical mass. So you want to Hellion harass, Banshee harass, Liberator harass, whatever type of, you know, probe damage you can do to them, whatever you can do to the damage to the workers, that allows Mech to be playable against Protoss. And obviously I just killed another worker, so we killed 43 workers because of these Hellions here. We'll just rewind that real quick. Because I sent these Hellions and killed an entire worker line over here, and that's game-changing. Now we're up 144, now suddenly, as the Mech 10, we're up in supply. And we're just macroing, guys. We're just macro. Macro, tanks 3 at a time, Hellions 4 at a time, Vikings 2 at a time, or Liberators 2 at a time. I would actually say, if you do want to play Mech, guys, build Liberators. Build up to, about, 6 to 8 Liberators, and then all Vikings. Because you don't want to get caught off guard by an air transition. And again, sniping workers, so we'll just fast forward here. So the 140 supply rule, that rule we followed, that allowed us to live. And then we're now following rule number 2 of Mech, the 5 factory production rule. And that just has allowed me to get a gigantic tank. I have 20 tanks right now. And, yeah, so... We have just an insanely huge tank count, and obviously, as I mentioned to you guys during this game, you only want to be producing Vikings and Hellions at this point. So you see the production tab, Hellions, Vikings. Why is that? We cannot be contested on the ground anymore, guys. This army can't be contested on the ground, so we just need... We're going to prepare for an air transition by having the reactor starports, and then you want to re-add Hellions in your army to deal with mass charge lots, because this army, you know, if he has an insane number of charge lots, that can be a little bit tough to deal with if you're not sieged. But at this point, we can kind of just A-move him. Just a gigantic army. And he's doing the only thing he can, which is to counterattack to try and make the game chaotic. Unfortunately, these tanks died to the charge lots, as I mentioned, but he did lose his whole army here, and after that, he can't recover because he just lost too much. He sacked his whole army. We can just walk back across the map. And we are upgraded very well this game with 2-2 upgrades. We even have the +1 air attack. And then, yeah, he just has no time anymore. And since I was making Vikings out of the starport, the carriers don't, you know, we didn't get caught off guard by the potential air transition. We already have the counter to it. And that is game. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments about this this series that I'm doing. I'm gonna try and keep pumping out these videos, just every video a new rule of Mech that will help you guys that still do play StarCraft be able to play your Mech games better and have something that, you know, just some rules to follow for solid Mech play that will allow you to get into the games, learn the game, get better, and enjoy playing Mech games, because I know there's not many content creators out there that play only Mech in all the matchups. Most people play Bio nowadays. So I hope this is a good series. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. And yeah, Supervive in 2 days, but I still plan to continue making this series. And I might even make a similar series for Supervive where I go through different Supervive hunters and, you know, make, you know, guides and tips and tricks videos for those as Supervive gets underway. But yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for watching, dudes. I will see you in the next one. See you later.